Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and here's a new 2021 film, American Dreams, and this is directed by Janusz Kaminski, who's a very famous cinematographer and has been working with Steven Spielberg for years at this point, and basically has put his fingerprints, along with Spielberg, on what his films look like today. And he has taken the reins as a director on this film about two men, played by Michael Heisman and Luke Bracey, who are two Russian men who are trying to make things work. They're entrepreneurs, but they wind up getting caught up with this one Russian mobster played by Nick Stahl, of all people, which you really haven't seen much of him. Like, you have like Terminator Rise of the Machines, you have Sin City, and he is putting the pressure on them, threatening their loved ones, showing them being a particular scene of him torturing somebody with a bag of quarters because he runs a laundromat. And you have this drama, and this film is an hour and 23 minutes. It is quick, economical, and just to the point. In terms of, starts off with this wedding, building up all these characters, and then getting into things. First off, from Kaminski's direction and the cinematography on the film, which is not actually done by Kaminski, but you can see this is really well shot. The framing, the lighting, and the shadows in particular give this film a look that isn't just like the sheeny things. Like, there's a distinct look and texture to everything. And that elevates this film a bit because in general, the script, which is from Duncan Brantley, who also wrote Leatherheads, is pretty straightforward. The two main characters aren't the most sympathetic. Like, you feel for them because they're stuck in this situation. They just want to build up their own little place here in America, but like, they're not particularly interesting. And you have Yuri, who's Nick Stoll's character. Now, there's two levels to him. He's supposed to be intimidating. Don't really believe that of Nick Stoll. I don't really get that from his performance. It really doesn't shine through. There's moments where he's being creepy, particularly with Luke Bracey's girlfriend. That worked. I could see him being this gross, womanizing dude, and that worked for me. He has this muscle who's just like this big, brutish guy, and this film's setting up this idea of you're trying to make things work and you get in wrong people, and how the film plays out and getting up to the end of the film. It's like not setting up a sequel, but setting up the idea. It's like, will you ever be resolved from this issue if you get involved with the mob? There's no escaping it, and that inevitability and the corruption of the American dream that this film portrays, what would you do to achieve that dream? You could do it the hard way and really work for it and have your family's help, or you can take shortcuts. And unfortunately, the script can be a little on the nose specifically about that theme. There are actual straightforward conversations about that. But I still think it's important. What's interesting enough that sticks out about this film is actually Michael Heisman's wife in the film, played by Agnieszka Grochowska, who it plays Anna. She has a bit of a prologue at the beginning of the film setting up her backstory. She's the most interesting person in the film. She's a strong woman. She's a sympathetic character. Like, there's a moment where her husband gets a gun pulled on him by Nick Stoll. She runs out of the kitchen with a knife ready to go. Obviously, the knife wasn't going to do much against the gun, but like, she came to play. And Nick Stoll's character Yuri is so disgusting because like, she confronts him, pushes him, he decks her in the face, is like, look what you made me do. And it's like that kind of cheap, disgusting kind of abusive mentality. It shines through really well in his character. Yuri's an interesting character. Don't know if I would have cast Nick Stoll in the role, but like, he does fine with certain aspects of it. And in general, it's a decently thrilling film. It's a straightforward story. Like, there's not going to be a whole lot of surprises for you throughout the film, but like, I think it does right by its themes enough, and it builds enough tension and is well shot enough for this to be a worthwhile experience. I rented this on Fandango right now. That seems to be the only place to get it right now. but it's a quick, economical bit of a thriller, drama, and it's probably worth your time. But those are my thoughts on American Dream. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.